Hello everyone, we are back at CES 2026 with the two most important gentlemen who are going to give us all of perspective of how the tech is going to shape up in the times to come. On my side is Mr. Gary Shapiro, who is the CEO of CES, and Mr. Kaushal Nevrekar, President and CBO of Reliance Retail Electronics Business in India. Let's get this going, Gary. So nice to have you back again, gentlemen. And first off, how has been the show going so far?
Well, now that we have a chance to talk and we have such a major, important global retailer, the show's going great. I mean, it's so exciting. Honestly, there's been a lot of things going on in the world, whether it's weather or politics or tariffs, and we're just, this show has way exceeded our expectation by all the measures we use in terms of attendance or number of exhibitors. We have over 4,000 exhibitors. We're in.
Because the percentage has gone up from last year?
Oh, yes. And the 2.6 million net square feet of exhibit space, so at 250, thousand square meter. It's boggles
It's getting
the
better
mind.
and bigger and bigger. And of course, you guys pulled off a big launch of the Lenovo yesterday, this fair, which was mind-blowing.
Absolutely. So we have every major chip company CEO. I keep running into them on the different venues we're doing, and also the different keynotes we have from AMD, from Lenovo, from others as well. This is about chips and a lot powering the future. And obviously, almost everyone here is using chips for their products.
Correct.
And what's interesting is there's obviously a shortage of some chips now,
Right.
which makes it even more exciting. I think people show up because they try to, meet with their chip makers and say, "How about us?" But actually, what's really happening is the future is coming very quickly. It's just going up logarithmically in terms of processing speed, processing power, memory. There's a shift to quantum here. There's a focus on cybersecurity. We're in a hole right now focused on mobility, all sorts of different cars and transportation, trains and boats. It's just the world of technology is converging at CES in Las Vegas today.
So, Mr. Kaushal, CES continues to be a roadmap with a lot of things coming up. What's the first shift that you've seen in 2026?
I think one of the most interesting aspects is intelligence. Right? Intelligence is no more a feature being asked for. It's a silent infrastructure which is visible in everything you do. Whether you shop online, you go to a store, you're planning a travel itinerary, the intelligence infrastructure is really visible in everything that you do now.
Had a chance to walk the show floors?
Just running from one meeting to the
Yeah,
other.
meeting.
So, but I am amazed that first of all the investment in stands
Yeah.
is new and huge, but also the excitement that we're seeing and the new product introductions. We had a record number of innovations entries, like by up double digits.
Wow.
And in the innovations area of the show, it's very, very crowded. People are talking, and the number of product introductions, like you just saw at the Lenovo keynote,
Sure.
in the Sphere, which is a unique building that
Yeah.
literally is a
100%.
sphere, and it's a 5 sense experience. I mean, we could feel the wind. Our chairs are vibrating. I mean, it was just incredible to see what's.
So we'll see more keynotes happening at Sphere along with CES.
Well, we had the Delta keynote, was the first one last year, a year ago. Delta
Yeah.
Airlines was celebrating their 100th anniversary. And I spoke to two companies yesterday who are interested in for the next year. So it's a big investment and undertaking. I mean, you have customized production. You also it's generally for concerts and artists, and they love it because of what they can do with it and take over the whole Sphere with visuals, and the audio is amazing. It just really works well.
India is one of the most largest consumption market in the world. When do we see more representation at the CES? In fact, from the keynotes, from everywhere, there's so many industry leaders from there. Can we ever get to see them on the stage along the keynotes?
Well, that's a great question. Our criteria for a keynote are very specific. You have to have a global CEO with a global footprint and some announcements and innovation to share. But we do have 1,200 speakers here, over 400 different panel sessions, different one-on-one. We have so many different forums. But in terms of being on the show floor, India is clearly underrepresented for its population, especially for the population that's so educated. We'd like to see more from India because there is innovation in India. And this is just, I think sometimes people perceive this is just for consumer products. It's actually for business to business as well. I mean, the Caterpillar just had their big keynote here. They don't consumers don't buy Caterpillar products. And that's why like the airlines and others they're interested. So we'd love to talk to any Indian company that's interested in terms of speaking or being here. or even keynoting if they have.
All right, we'll come back.
That's
to
an
you on that.
invitation, or a major retailer.
Yes,
can
yes.
speak here as well.
That's the man sitting
on
here.
the retailer panel.
What do you see the role of India and CES going forward?
I think so. Let's talk about India first, right? We are the fourth largest economy now. We are adding probably $1 trillion to our economy every 18 months. We'll be the third largest in a couple of years. The electronics market from a $70 billion is going to about $130 billion in the next 3 to 4 years. 50 million homes, lower penetration of categories. I mean, it's phenomenal. Everything is really, really working well. India, though silently, has been enabling the whole electronics with the R&D from major brands happening out of India. We have started to see made for India products first now taking a global stage. So I think with all of this happening, the voice of India is difficult to ignore. And I agree with Gary, we need to do much more, go beyond just electronics, how consumption is shaping, whether it's for enterprise, whether it's B2B, how telecom has changed and access to technology or access to data across the country has changed. We are the largest, we are about 30 GB data being consumed by every mobile. We are the largest, we have about 800 million internet users. So how do you get representation for the entire world to see that the opportunity in India is now? I think we can do really a lot. We can pool our resources and get the right people to come and speak and really showcase India far better.
Sure.
I agree with Gary on this.
So Gary, also this year AI has been everywhere. That's a buzzword. Every year there's one thumb. What is your personal take of AI and technology? How do you see this going?
I think the where we are with AI is like where we were the internet a couple of
Correct.
decades ago. It is a game changer for the entire world. The internet certainly connected us and allowed us to tap information and create a whole new legions of new business opportunities for everyone, and made the world smaller. I think AI takes us to the next level of solve problems. It's a problem solver, and you could solve a problem now in literally seconds if you give it the right prompt and make decisions. I use it a lot for decision making. I put the facts as I know it.
Which one do you use?
They're all.
I always
they're
ask
all
you these
very
questions.
good. So I guess which one of my kids is a favorite.
Yeah.
We use different ones actually. We for different purposes.
Have you seen your retail like Best Buy, etc., using AI? For example, do you see AI in your Reliance Retail?
So I think
Consumer buying.
it's very interesting because from a transactional intelligence, that means analyzing what you've bought, to environmental intelligence, how consumers shop. I think this shift is profound right now. For us, intelligence starts right from the environment in the store. How the heat mapping, where do the customers move, how much time do they sit, what products, you do a lot of efforts in putting the right products on the shelf, how many times are they picked up, are they connected to the dashboards of sales, are they giving you the right returns. Two, how do you do the back-end enablement? Now based on consumption, what inventory is required at what point of conversion, right? All of this is highly dependent on data and the intelligence. So I think this shift is profound, and we are blessed to be in an environment where data is analyzed and computed accordingly.
That's great. In the last 24 hours, I've talked to two of the largest retailers in the United States, and they both said something similar, which is they're using AI, yes, but what they found is that recently the predictive patterns of prior years, like they said, consumption has changed quickly and suddenly to new categories that some of them didn't expect.
Yes.
So you're feeling the same
Oh,
thing?
absolutely. And the other point is Gary, today, the handover between online search and offline is seamless. The consumer is coming far more informed into the store.
Right.
You cannot start from scratch. You need to pick up from where he's coming as informed.
Knowledge is democratized.
And this cannot be done without the help of intelligence, right? You want to know, I'm going to a store which is 20 miles from my home. I need to know the delivery from the store closest to my home. So the points of entry, interaction, and exit are very, very different. So I think we are heavily relying on that.
And I wonder if some of that buying that's different is coming from the increasing influence of influencers.
Yes.
Like somebody writes something and they reach a certain demographic and a certain audience, and all of a sudden they're running into your store to buy it. And that should be part of the AI equation.
Yes, and that spike, so the key would be the influencing spike to conversion of sales. How does that time change? right? So
Right.
today, if it's a new phone, do they wait? They want immediately to a large television where they'll do some more research. I think
Right,
that's where
right.
will depend on
Like
technology.
yesterday, the FIFA's edition of the Motorola, the moment it was launched, I got DMs from influencers in India. When can I get it? It was such, we just want it now. Any price they're willing to pay. Like for some
From
example,
watching the last
I
night's
made a
launch?
story in my page. So
Oh, you
people
made a story,
all,
okay.
And then secondly, Samsung Trifold. Everybody just wants to pay 3x the money. They don't care. They just want to be seen. It's my invite only.
So the Gary asked a very valid question, Ramesh. DM or intent to buy versus actually buying, which determines where do I stock it,
Yeah.
what color, what variant.
For you,
That
that's
is
the
where-
challenge.
No, that's how.
It's
Because you want to.
difficult. Retailers face a lot of
Mhm.
complex issues now. And I know the United States made it a little more complex with all these throwing in tariffs and things like that, and supply chain and rare earth minerals is now into the mix. Maybe looking forward, there might be shortages of products, and it's tough to figure it out. Because what I've heard from a lot of the manufacturers, even with the chip companies, is they want to get to the front of the line. There's concerns, and major retailers are having is, don't forget about us with products that consumers want to buy
Yes.
when you're going for this cloud computing. We need chips too. So it's a very complex environment.
Yes.
So your personal take in this year's show this year that people should watch, and you think that it's going to be a big thing the next few years.
I think we're in a very rapidly changing environment in terms of innovation, and there's a lot of choices consumers are making. Many are good. How they're making those choices, where they're buying the products continues to change. New products are being introduced all the time, and the level of influence of just technology throughout the home and the mobility is just absolutely large.
So we are finally moving out of the smartphone era. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for your time.
Thank
And
you.
it's so wonderful to have you all.
Thank you, Ramesh.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Gary.
coming.